Incremental games have always had a strong following, long before Balatro, so it's great to see renewed interest in what makes them so engaging. I'd really love to say that Rentlord offers the same level of replay value as a roguelike management sim, but in its current state, it feels more like an early access project with chill vibes and not a whole lot of depth to it. In Rentlord, you are roleplaying as a real estate agent, buying up properties and adjusting rent to meet your weekly quota. The presentation is clean, relaxing, simple, and engaging at first, but once you figure out the optimal strategies, it really does stop evolving and becomes just another meta build that has no grind. It does not take long before you see everything that it has to offer. The problem that I have with the game, despite really liking what it has to offer, was that the time investment versus the reward did not match. I played the game for 90 minutes and already had beaten the game and unlocked 97% of the achievements. Finishing the rest of the game would not be difficult, but honestly I don't see the point because there's nothing left to chase or experiment with. I found myself going through the same motions, building up 3 residential houses with growth glitch and other rent modifiers, merging them into one, selling off all the other plots and acquiring a blend of upgrades, and watching the numbers climb to infinity. At that point, you've beaten the game because it can't keep up. You're just sitting there with infinite rent while needing to meet a quota of 2 million for a reward of nothing, and that's that. Waiting around for the quota to increase from 2 million to infinity would take all day, because the longer that you play, the slower the output of rent accumulates because it continues to get drawn out because it does not let you acquire rent quickly. The visual and auditory spectacle is part of that experience. It's done like this to tickle the brain in weirdly satisfying ways. I didn't want this to be a very short video because I genuinely do love what the game has to offer, even if it is too short. So let's walk you through the process. In Rentlord, you have one goal: to meet your quota. It doesn't matter how you get there because there are only a handful of builds that can break the game, and the best one is often the easiest to pull off. You could try to experiment with other builds like a factory farm blend for example, and sure, that could work with the right plugins to stack up your farms early game before you blend them together with factories, but nothing's really going to beat the strategy of merging 3 fully upgraded residential houses stacked with rent modifiers because it's easier to pull off even with modifiers. Once you've acquired this, there's nothing else for you to do, besides sit back and watch the numbers skyrocket. If you're wondering about an endless mode, it's pointless after you've already hit the peak. You're better off walking away than sitting around hoping for something new to happen. The game just needs more. It needs more challenges, more rewards, more playstyles. Even the bright visuals and sound designs wear off after a while. It's a game that is designed for one short session if you know how to break it immediately. Otherwise, it could without a doubt eat up 5 to 6 hours of your time. If you're somebody who enjoys incremental games like I know a handful of my friends do, and you love breaking systems with over-the-top builds, you might get some long-term fun out of Rentlord for its low price. When it comes to the game's longevity, there's just not much here as it stands, though the developer does plan to add more features in the future. It's quick, it's fun, but it also lacks the depth and substance that would keep most coming back for more, when so many other games do it much better. Rentlord just feels like an unfinished project that really could become something special, that is, if the developer took the time to reevaluate the game's mechanics.